Welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite investor, and in this video I'm gonna go over some of my recent trades, and I'm actually gonna show you guys my losses. Right, a lot of people on YouTube want to be held as the best trader and this and that, and honestly you don't see a lot of traders show you their losses. So that's one of the things that I want to do in this new video series. I'm gonna come out and show you guys some of my weekly losses. Obviously, if you're trading, losses are a part of the game. And honestly, for me, I feel like I learn a lot more from my losses than from my actual wins, right? Like when I lose, I feel like I can go ahead and I want to challenge myself to figure out what did I do wrong? Where could have been a better entry? Should I tweak a little bit? Or what is it that I should actually be doing? So hopefully in this video, I can show you guys my most recent loss and show you guys how to avoid some of these losses and hopefully become better traders. Now keep in mind that everybody's trading plan is different, so this is tailored to my trading plan. If you guys want to know exactly how I enter my trades, leave a comment down below and let me know if you guys want a video on my trading plan, and I'll be more than happy to make that for you guys. Now before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of the investing content on this channel. Now let's get into it. The ticker that I traded was XLE, and I'm actually gonna bring back my stuff onto the charts. This is just a plain chart so you guys can kind of see. Oil's pretty much been, I mean not oil, energy has pretty much been trading in between 93 and roughly 77 for literally the last year. So this has been pretty much the range that we have been trading in. However, I am on the daily time frame and I'm going to show you guys exactly where I was trading. So this was a huge trade here back in June of 2023. Oil made that huge run up until probably around September, and since then it's been on a downtrend. So for me, these are some of the things that I was looking for, right? The trades that I had taken was on 11.6. I entered at 86.68, which 11.6 is 11.6. 11.6 is right here. So I actually took the trade off of the jump. I felt that it was a nice big bullish engulfing candle. So on the 6th, I actually entered the trade. I should have actually entered on the 2nd. I was looking for about a 1-to-1 trade. Basically off of this bullish momentum, I felt like we had massive support coming off of here around that $84 zone. We bounced off here once, and I was looking for us to bounce off here again. I like the wicks that we got here, the 2 double rejection candles, and then we came back with a nice big green candle that I felt was going to be enough momentum for us to push through. I think I actually ended up missing the trade initially, and when it came back and it gave me that pullback, I thought, hey, this might still be a good spot to enter. Unfortunately, I had to close the trade out the very next day. If I entered on the 6th, I closed out on the 7th for a price of $83.52, a total loss of $56.88. I had about 18 shares on the trade, so not a huge trade, but I usually aim for around $50 to $60 a trade, risking no more than about 40, 35, you know, something like that. Now, I thought this was a good trade, right? We were off support and resistance. I was like, man, you know, this looks great. I like this trade. It didn't end up working out, and we ended up breaking down a little lower to the downside. When I saw this price action, I said, okay, this is still in a pretty nice zone. I told you guys we had been trading in a range, and energy had liked this 84, 82 zone. It had rejected it here before. It used it as support here before, used it as support. So I was like, man, you know what? This trade still might be able to work out for me. So I didn't want to stay in this trade and go back in and take it again. So when I saw this break here to the top side at around $84, I thought, man, this thing can still go, right? Like I still see the structure. Like basically I'm trying to catch the bottom on energy. So I ended up taking the trade on 11.16 for $84.75. So that was around here. I'm sorry, 11.15 I entered. I think I entered like a day later, but I thought it was still around that same price where my risk to reward ratio would still be about the same. On this trade, I was looking for a 1-to-1 or 1.09 to 1 trade, basically looking to capture the highs of that previous higher low, of that previous lower high. And yeah, as you can see, I ended up getting wicked out, and I ended up closing my trade for a loss of about $55.25 at 82.54. Now, looking back at this trade, in hindsight, I shouldn't have closed my trade. I should have waited and stayed in the trade, because as you can see on 11.17, after the OPEC news, energy and oil ended up skyrocketing that day, and I would have been back at break even on this trade. Now, the reason that I say I shouldn't have broken this trade is because as I go back and I look at some of the things that are in my trading plans, at some of my older trades, and I look at my journal, I see that I have an issue on these wicks. This day I was looking at the market. Energy was looking terrible. The rest of the market was actually going up, and I'm gonna bring that up for you guys. So what day was that? That was the 16th. So the 16th, you can see here, SPY had actually had a green candle while energy was down. And so for me, this wick candle right here, I really should have stayed patient and waited for the day's close. I ended up closing my trade in the middle of the day. This was a swing trade, so I'm looking at the daily charts. But during the day, I happened to look at the charts and I was like, man, this is looking super bearish. I don't like the position and I don't want to risk myself, you know, losing more than what I initially wanted to put up. And that's the reason why I ended up getting out of the trade. But had I waited for the day's close, I would have still been in the trade, because that wick in my trading plan, I say that if it doesn't close below my target, then I don't get out of the trade. However, since I closed prematurely, I ended up losing. The next day it ended up skyrocketing, and now I do believe energy is going to continue to go up and it'll probably eventually hit my target profit. I do still like the trade, so I'm not gonna lie, I might end up getting back in this week, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyways, ended up losing a total of over $100 on this trade. These were from the last 2 weeks. I took it 11.6 and I took it again on 11.15. Unfortunately, energy didn't work out for me, but had I stayed patient on the one trade, I would have been a little bit better. And on the other one, I just practiced good risk management and got out when I was supposed to. So this is some of the ways that I make sure that I don't lose my head in the markets and don't lose my ass, and make sure I can go to sleep whenever I'm in some of these swing trades. So anyways, I hope you guys found some value in the video. Hope you guys learned some stuff from it. If you guys have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the other content. And as always, be sure to check out the best dividendcalculator.com so you can start putting together your plan to build wealth. It's your favorite investor, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.